Welcome to our exploration of the 12 greatest universal spiritual laws. Understanding these laws can profoundly transform your life, bringing enlightenment and a deeper sense of connection with the universe. We begin with the law of divine oneness. This law teaches us that everything in the universe is interconnected. Every thought, action, and event is linked to everything else. It's a reminder that we are not isolated beings but part of a larger whole, and our actions reverberate beyond our immediate environment. How might your perception of your actions change if you saw them as integral to the fabric of the universe? Moving to the practical application, consider how this understanding influences your interactions with others. When you truly grasp the law of divine oneness, the concept of empathy becomes not just a moral choice, but a logical extension of this law. Your kindness to others spreads, influencing the world in ways you may never see but will certainly feel. Next, we explore the law of vibration. This law states that everything in the universe moves and vibrates. Nothing is static. Every atom in your body is in constant motion, and the same is true for everything in the universe. This motion ensures that no circumstance or condition is permanent. How does this change your view of your current challenges or successes? Reflect on times when you felt stuck. Understanding that each moment is an opportunity for change can be liberating. Vibrations are within your control to some extent. By focusing your thoughts and emotions positively, you influence your vibrations and, consequently, your reality. Now let us consider the law of action. This law must be employed for us to manifest things on earth. We must engage in actions that support our thoughts, dreams, emotions, and words. It is not enough to want something. Action is required to bring it to fruition. What steps can you take today towards your goals that are aligned with your inner values and aspirations? In your daily life, this law requires you to be active in your spiritual beliefs. Spirituality is not passive. It embodies our actions as much as our beliefs. Every action you take can be an expression of your spiritual truths. Are your actions consistent with your beliefs? This question can guide you to not only live authentically but also to empower your spiritual journey. We now conclude the first part of our discussion. In what ways can you start applying the law of divine oneness, vibration, and action in your daily life to not just seek but actually experience enlightenment? Mastering the mirror of reality. Exploring the universal laws of correspondence, cause and effect, and compensation. As we advance further into understanding the universal spiritual laws, we encounter the law of correspondence. This law states that the principles or laws of physics that explain the physical world, energy, light, vibration, and motion, have their corresponding principles in the etheric or universe. As above, so below. As below, so above. This principle suggests that the events that occur in our lives are reflections of our inner state. How often do you find that the challenges you face externally are reflective of internal conflicts? The law of correspondence teaches us to look inward when we face difficulties. By changing our internal states, we can influence our external circumstances. This is not merely about wishful thinking, but involves a deep transformation from within. Consider your personal or professional life. Are there patterns that keep repeating? These patterns are not coincidences, but reflections of a deeper internal narrative. Understanding this law empowers you to make changes from within, which in turn will transform your external experiences. Let's move to the law of cause and effect, or karma. This law teaches that nothing happens by chance or outside the universal laws. Every action has a consequence, and each consequence has its cause. How liberating it feels to understand that we are the architects of our fate. Reflect on a recent event in your life. Can you trace it back to decisions you made? Often we view our experiences as happening to us without recognizing our role in their creation. The law of cause and effect invites us to take responsibility for our lives. This is empowering because it means we can also influence future outcomes through our current actions. Next, we consider the law of compensation. This law is the extended branch of the law of cause and effect and refers to the blessings and all the visible effects of our deeds given to us in gifts, money, inheritances, friendships, and blessings. This law ensures that the universe is fair and that we receive according to our deserts. How does this change your view on the struggles or rewards you face? In your life, this might manifest as good fortune following periods of hard work or unexpected opportunities coming your way after you've helped someone else. The universe has a way of balancing things out. Recognizing this can help you remain patient and positive during tough times. Harnessing cosmic forces, navigating life. Through the laws of attraction, energy transmutation, relativity, and polarity. Continuing our journey through the universal spiritual laws, we now turn our attention to the law of attraction. This is perhaps one of the most talked about spiritual laws, and it states that we attract into our lives whatever we focus on. Positive or negative thoughts bring positive or negative experiences. This law underscores the power of our thoughts and emotions in shaping our reality. Consider for a moment the nature of your thoughts. Are they generally positive, or do they lean towards negativity? The law of attraction is not just about thinking positively, but about aligning your thoughts with the universe's positive aspects. This alignment transforms how you perceive and react to life's challenges, turning obstacles into opportunities. Next, we explore the law of perpetual transmutation of energy. This powerful law explains that all persons have the power within them to change the conditions in their lives. Higher vibrations consume and transform lower ones. Thus, each of us can change the energies in our lives by understanding the universal laws and applying the principles in such a way as to effect change. In practical terms, this means that you have the power to change your circumstances. This is not merely about changing external conditions, but about transforming your internal state, which in turn affects everything around you. How often do you harness your inner energy to initiate change? We then move to the law of relativity. This law teaches that each person will receive a series of problems for the purpose of strengthening the light within. We must consider each of these tests to be a challenge and remain connected to our hearts when solving the problems. This law also teaches us to compare our problems to other people's problems and put everything into its right perspective. No matter how difficult we perceive our situation to be, there is always someone who is in a more difficult situation, which makes us realize that much of our problems are relative. Reflect on the challenges you face. Viewed in isolation, they might seem overwhelming, but when seen as part of a larger picture, they can provide opportunities for growth and understanding. How can you apply this law to feel more connected and less isolated in your struggles? Lastly, within this segment, we address the law of polarity. This law states that everything is on a continuum and has an opposite. We can suppress and transform undesirable thoughts by concentrating on the opposite pole. It is the law of mental vibrations. Consider how you might apply this law when faced with feelings of fear or inadequacy. By focusing on the opposite, confidence and adequacy, you can shift your emotional state and bring about a change in your external circumstances through this internal adjustment. We have now explored 4 more universal spiritual laws, bringing our total to 10. Each of these laws interconnects, offering a comprehensive framework for understanding and improving our lives. How can you actively apply the law of attraction, the law of perpetual transmutation of energy, the law of relativity, and the law of polarity to navigate your life more effectively? Rhythms of the universe. Embracing the laws of rhythm, gender, and infinite possibilities for enlightened living. As we approach the conclusion of our exploration into the 12 universal spiritual laws, we encounter the law of rhythm. This law states that everything in the universe has a natural cycle. The tides flow in and out, night follows day, and seasons change predictably and rhythmically. Every situation has a natural rhythm, and this law helps us understand that life is a series of ebbs and flows. Think about the rhythms in your own life. There are times of activity and growth, followed by times of rest and introspection. By recognizing and respecting these rhythms, you can better align yourself with the natural flow of life, making your journey smoother and more harmonious. How can you more fully embrace the natural cycles of your life and use them to your advantage? We also delve into the law of gender. This law posits that everything has its masculine and feminine principles, and that these are the basis for all creation. In the spiritual sense, balancing these energies within ourselves is crucial for a harmonious life. The masculine energy is assertive, rational, and analytical, while the feminine is receptive, nurturing, and intuitive. Consider how these energies manifest in your life. Are you more inclined towards one than the other? Achieving a balance between these energies can lead to a more fulfilled existence. This balance allows you to access strength and assertiveness when needed, but also empathy and intuition. Now, as we reflect on these profound laws, think about how the law of rhythm and the law of gender interact with the other laws we've discussed. Each law offers a unique perspective, but together they provide a comprehensive framework that can guide us in living more enlightened, purposeful lives. Finally, we conclude our exploration with the law of infinite possibilities. This law opens up the ultimate spiritual potential. It states that we are only limited by the boundaries of our imagination. The possibilities for our lives are as limitless as the universe itself. This law inspires us to dream big and challenge the apparent limitations we encounter. When you align with this law, you realize that every moment presents a gateway to infinite possibilities. What dreams or aspirations have you held back from pursuing? How can you begin to transform these dreams into reality? As we reach the end of our series on the 12 universal spiritual laws, I invite you to consider how these laws interconnect and how they can be actively applied in your daily life. Each law is not just a principle to understand, but a path to walk. By integrating these laws, you open yourself up to a life of deep fulfillment and profound enlightenment. Take a moment to reflect on everything we've explored. Which of these laws resonated most deeply with you? How can you begin to apply this knowledge in a way that transforms your perception and interaction with the world? As we conclude our profound journey through the 12 universal spiritual laws, let us summarize and reflect on the key insights and transformative principles we've explored. These laws, when understood and applied, can elevate our consciousness and enrich our lives, leading us toward a path of enlightenment and deeper connection with the universe. We began with the law of divine oneness, reminding us that everything in the universe is interconnected. Our thoughts, actions, and interactions are part of a larger whole. Following this, the law of vibration taught us that everything moves. By aligning our vibrations with positive energies, we can change our realities. The law of action emphasizes the necessity of proactive steps to manifest our desires and align with our spiritual beliefs. The law of correspondence showed us that our external world reflects our inner state, urging us to initiate change from within. The law of cause and effect and the law of compensation reinforce the idea of personal responsibility and karmic returns, illustrating that our actions and intentions directly influence our life experiences. We then explored the law of attraction, highlighting the power of our thoughts in attracting what we focus on, and the law of perpetual transmutation of energy, which empowers us to actively transform our life conditions. The law of relativity and the law of polarity provided perspectives on handling life's challenges by understanding and balancing the energies and situations we encounter. The law of rhythm acknowledged the natural cycles in life, encouraging us to flow with these rhythms to achieve harmony, while the law of gender emphasized the balance of masculine and feminine energies within us. Finally, the law of infinite possibilities opened our eyes to the boundless potential that lies before us when we dare to dream and push beyond apparent limits. Each of these laws interconnects, forming a guide to living a life that is not only enlightened but also proactive, balanced, and deeply fulfilling. As we integrate these principles, we unlock a more harmonious and purposeful existence, continually evolving in our spiritual journey. Thank you for joining me in this exploration. The understanding of these 12 universal spiritual laws is a powerful tool, but even more powerful is your commitment to applying this wisdom every day. Remember, enlightenment is not just a state of understanding, but a way of living. As you continue on your path, may these laws guide you to ever greater heights of awareness and harmony with the universe.